Okay, finally. I just got home a couple minutes ago, so we're just getting started. I realized that my message didn't go out to people, so I had to resend it. I was using the same app that Josh uses called Hit 'em Up, and for some reason, wasn't working today. For some reason, kept on ejecting me out and saying I need a new shortcut. So sorry about that. So
So
hopefully people are just
please,
getting it now. So please
yeah,
reach out to your team, let them know. Obviously, the link that we're on, this is what they want to get on. So.
yeah.
So yes, so this is the team meeting. So I'm glad you're on, and right, people trickle on as we're getting on here because I think they didn't get the information in time because a lot of people use a different link that we use normally, but obviously Ken is in Ireland, and so we're getting started now. So we're just going to get kicked off. This is being recorded right now, but the most important part of this is that you're here and we're here. That's a good thing. So, so the biggest part, and now I'm getting calls. It's crazy. Decline. That's probably interrupted what I was just doing. So anyway, so the biggest part is that we're gonna be talking about today several different things. So we got an agenda for tonight. Obviously, the team is growing like crazy, and so we want to make sure that people tie in to the stuff. Like I met some guys that are part of our team, and they didn't even know what was going on tonight. I'm like going, okay, you're not getting the messaging, or you're not doing anything else. So we're gonna talk about how to make sure that you get your team on the messaging, so that they can know what's going on and everybody knows the schedule. And then we're gonna talk a little bit about some different things. So let me share my screen real quick. So, Maddie, did you have anything you want to share real quick?
Yeah, I just wanted to say we are a few days away from qualifying for the cruise. So don't forget, be out there checking on, following up with people because follow-up is so important.
Yes.
You know, sometimes you forget about a person, make sure that you're getting back with them, letting them know that, hey, you want to make sure they get the product in their hand. They don't want to miss out on this opportunity and get those points because double the points, and you can get on their cruise ship. So don't stop now.
Now,
It's never too late. Just keep going.
yeah. So I mean, like just yesterday alone had 6 points, and I think we got another 6 coming in tonight. I got to finish up with some people getting started. So the one thing is that tonight we're going to be obviously this is the team Zoom, and so once again we're part of this is a team, and so we're just a community within this is a team. So that's one thing we talk about. So this is open to all brand partners, and this is critical for people who really want to grow. The team meetings are critical, and we tell people all the time, say once you tie into a team meeting, you want to continue tying in because there's so many changes that are going on and so many new things that are happening that if you miss like a bunch of meetings, you're falling behind. I hate to say that, and so we're going to be sharing with you a couple different things on that. So tonight we have an agenda. I'm not used to using this Canva, so this is something that Brendan put together. So, but again, tonight we're going to talk about that's not what I was looking for. I love how this happens. Did he hide this? No, that's not hidden. So hopefully I can play this. I just skipped to the next thing. Hopefully this will play here. Let's see if it's, yeah, so there we go. So we're going to talk about obviously some testimonials for wealth and health of the week, but we're celebrating rank advances actually next week because we have certain people that I don't know all the people on Ken's team that have done that. So, and then we're going to talk about once again, if we could do all over again, and knowing what we know now, what would we do? And this is what we're going to be talking about tonight. And then basically talking about the 1 million stars. Obviously, the corporate convention is going on actually in a couple weeks, not even
Next week.
Next week already. That's right. So a week from Thursday, and then a week from Sunday is going to be the 1 million stars. And then obviously so tomorrow night, Men and I are running basically the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. So law 9, the law of.
So please get your people on. Make
Yes.
sure they read chapter 9.
Yep.
Law
And even
of
if people are
Madness.
brand new and have not read the book, you can just attend any of these. And again, by attending these, you're going to learn a lot. So we have these recorded. So we actually know. So we have people that are on Danny and Diane McDaniel's team that are doing the same thing with us as far as the book of the month. And so we're actually taking their recordings and actually playing those recordings because the teaching they're doing is fantastic. And then tomorrow, what's tomorrow?
Yeah. So Women's Zoom, and a lot of you already know. So the message is going out for the Women's Zoom tomorrow. We already have some wonderful testimonials lined up, some great information to share. So bring your friends, ladies that are on here. Call the women in your life and let them know that this is an opportunity that they don't want to miss out on. And make sure you all bring a friend to the meeting.
Yep, and all the guys, you're not invited, but you know a lot of ladies, so tell the ladies about it because they do a phenomenal meeting. They do a great job with a lot of testimonials and everything else. And then tonight, after we get done, Steve and Gina are live from Holy Springs. I don't even know where
Holly
Holly
Springs.
Springs. I don't even know where Holly Springs is at. But they're going to be doing the meeting tonight. They had a great meeting last night. If any of you attended that, the testimonials were phenomenal. They had three amazing testimonials, and the last one was like, oh my goodness, crazy good. So again, the one thing you also want to make sure that you know about this is that once again, we've done this before. We're not playing this tonight, but we've been teaching everybody on the new video on how to explode your Lifeway business by John and Teresa Getz. And basically, it's an elite SPD strategy. You need to go on Believers for Life for that. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that as well. So we're going to be bouncing between a couple different PowerPoints. So once again, we want to do is make sure that we do that. So the first thing we always want to do, we always want to open it up for people that have had things or testimonials or things that are going on. Some great things are happening. I mean, I'm going to share a couple things about tonight, but does anybody have any kind of wins for the week or anything they want to share from a testimonial standpoint? Or does anybody have anything from a success standpoint as far as from the business? So if you want to unmute yourself, that would be fantastic.
Hey,
Joyce, how are we doing?
Hey there. I'll go ahead and share mine.
Please.
Yes.
So I'm at church Sunday, and I said, Father, I need to talk to a plastic surgeon and share about the skin changes that I saw. And anyway, I'm talking, and lo and behold, a young lady. We have the same birthday. I don't know what it is about these things that are in common, but anywho, she purchased an advanced pack today. She works in
Fantastic.
a plastic surgeon's office, and she wants to talk to the esthetician and is also wanting to finding a way to talk with the plastic surgeons, possibly through the nurses. So we are working our way through that. She's ordered her patches, so she can't wait to get them, and I cannot wait to see what will evolve from that. So that's my win.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank you.
You get what you ask for, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I was tickled pink, let me just tell you.
Yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing. No, and when you think about that, that was like the same thing. I was at a networking meeting tonight and praying for divine appointments, which was just awesome. Before I share that, who else would like to share? So we got some other people on here. Who else? There we go, Margie. Or
Margie.
Is it
Margie.
Margie? Yes.
Margie, yes.
Yes.
Okay, I went with my husband to the doctor to get something checked out. Well, found out he's got TMJ. So, but anyway, I've been patching him. So the doctor had interest when I asked him what he knew about stem cells, and he said he was very interested in that. And I kind of explained. I left some literature, and I showed him how the patches come. Anyway, I handed it to him to look at and inadvertently walked out and left it. Now that's what my husband and I have been using. So I told my husband, I said, oh, we got to go back, So, but I had left, I don't know if you can see it, this.
Yes.
It's the LifeWave, celebrating LifeWave 20 years. I left that with him, along with some other literature. And I had given patches, not patches, but my card. I had a card made out, gave it to two ladies that work in his office. By the time I got back, I mean, it was just a matter of, maybe 5-8 minutes or whatever. He had passed out a couple patches. So he's already on it. He's not signed up yet. So I'm going back to check back with him. But he was very interested in what it's about.
Wow,
That's
that's amazing.
That's awesome. Congratulations. That's always fun. Like I said, just getting the information out, letting people know about it. Because I was at a networking meeting tonight, same thing. Most of the people that I talked to did not even know about the patch. And Ken and I have been going to those networking meetings for years. And
what are you leaving with professionals? What are you leaving with them that's not, expensive to do?
Yeah, so the thing is, I have not done a lot of that. So that would be a great question because again, I always leave the website information and basically follow up with them based upon the thisisit.info.com. That is the best resource we have. I had a couple guys that they work with some different offices. What did you use? And I'm like, they got the little brochures that come in the packs now. I'm like, I've been using those.
Yeah.
Those are things that you can do. So and David was actually the same networking meeting that I was at. So but yeah, so that's again, we can really become creative with that, whatever we want to do. I'm not a big leave behind literature type person. I have no problem with that. But my big thing is let's set up an appointment and let me send you to a website that's going to give you most of the information because they can do a shallow dive or a deep dive. And so that's once again, That's what I've done for most people. I'm
And you
working
don't
with.
want something to get lost in the pile of stuff that, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
are collecting.
Yeah, a lot of people spend money on flyers and all kinds of different things, brochures. Nothing wrong with that, except for it usually ends up in what we call the circular file, the trash that just, and people don't look at it. So it's the same thing with the
Yeah.
website. It gives me a reason to get back together with them, just like leaving something. So whatever you feel, need to do that. So I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
Yeah, well, the website, Margie, has absolutely everything.
Yep.
So it gives them the opportunity to look at as much as they want to look at or as little as they want to look at, because you may leave something that has specific information,
Yeah.
but they may be looking for a little more. So
Yeah.
now you're kind of limiting that. So for me, I always say, whether I'm talking to the stay-at-home mom or the doctor, they're all getting the same information because it has something for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've had people that say, well, it's got so much on there. Other people are like, this is great. Exactly what I was looking for. So it all depends upon them. But you can't go wrong giving something to them, but following up with the website and everything else. So which is great. So congratulations.
you.
Great
That's
job.
awesome.
Great
you.
job. So Mr. Libdan, can I pick on you for a second? Because you were just at the networking meeting that I was at. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can. I'm
You're like
actually,
this with your ear, and I was
I'm
like,
actually in the store.
so go ahead. So you said you had some divine appointments. So what happened at the meeting you were just at?
So, first of all, it's a good idea to get out to these events, and because these people don't show up at your door, so you have to go out there and meet them.
Exactly.
And so I was at a chamber event, and it started with one conversation. Somebody was wearing red to honor Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
Today was his birthday.
Mhm.
And I remember learning from one of the recent trainings that first you compliment in order to connect. So I complimented the person and I said, hey, thank you for wearing the red shirt. And almost instantly there was a connection.
Mhm.
And apparently this individual, her name is Austin, and apparently she'd been approached regarding our technology, our amazing technology. But I'm not going to say who, but the individual did not leave that any kind of follow-up information. And so I said, so did they give you any information? And they said, no, actually, they told me a lot about it, but they never followed up. And we've heard so many times the fortune is in the follow-up. So from there, I said, well, when might you have 30 minutes? Doing that 95% success rate video training that we got recently. And so I'm in the throes of scheduling a 95, having a 30-minute opportunity to get with her and her supervisor, her boss. She represents, she works for a nonprofit. Both of them have some pretty chronic back pain. One has some kind of a degenerative condition, and the other one has been involved in quite a few accidents, kind of like your story there, Greg. So there's obviously a lot of information I could throw at them, but really the conversation is, and the tie-in is with you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm working to set it up where we have a 30-minute conversation. And then I talked with a physical therapist. He had never heard of our technology, ever. And so there was a connection there. And I started talking to him about the patch. You wear the patch somewhere visible so you can easily talk about it. And he says, man, this is really fascinating. I've been studying a lot about stem cells recently. And he wants to incorporate some form of stem cell therapy technology into his practice, but it is so cost prohibitive. The use of injections. I said, well, we don't use injections. It's non-transdermal, and we use the body's own light therapy. He says, man, I've never heard of this. I want to learn more. And
Wow.
so I've got that follow-up with him as well.
Wow.
And again, had I not been at this event, I wouldn't have met him.
That's
At
right.
least not met him
Yeah.
at home watching TV.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Which I don't do.
that's awesome. But I wanted
So
you
you
to
and I were
share.
at the same meeting.
Yeah, I wanted you to share.
Yeah,
Is it okay
yeah,
for you,
yeah,
Dave?
absolutely. That's another thing. I said.
How simple it is to use the three-way call in the video, because some of the people have not heard how simple it is. You kind of compare this to what we're doing previously to now doing what we've just recently seen using that video. So David?
Yeah. So what we
And
did for
I
you,
would like to,
oh, go ahead. Sorry, Joyce.
oh, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to add, I did a three-way with the caller this morning who's, we share birthdays, but Joyce L. Johnson was on the call with me and it worked out perfect.
That's
Wow, wow,
awesome.
wow.
It
That's
works.
awesome.
It is so good. These three-way calls, the different things that we're doing. So David, you want to talk about what you and Amy did? And you got me on the phone. The thing was this weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This past weekend. So the results of that, how easy that was, utilizing the video.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, how should I say? It's almost like a recipe, and it's so duplicatable. And we're not trying to invent it or kind of it's just following that script. And we get all this amazing, technology and minutes. And so we showed your video, Greg Mena, that 14-minute and 15-second video. And then of course it was planned. I asked Greg first when he might be available, and then I was able to show the video first, and then miraculously Greg was available to have that conversation, and Greg took that individual, her name's Melissa, through the conversation, and then described the different levels in which she could access the product and also look at the opportunity. And once she was able to determine that after Greg had offered it, he then turned it over to Amy and me. And it was just a simple filling out the form, the app, over the phone. And now she's a brand partner and she's really excited.
Yep,
That's awesome.
that's awesome, and very, very simple. So are you shopping? Where are you at? You look like you're shopping at a store.
This may not be a surprise to you, but I don't see any of our patches here. No, I'm actually at Publix. I've got to pick up a couple of things. I'm glad I'm able to connect because I didn't have the best signal here.
Yeah.
So, but it was great seeing you
It's
tonight.
a little choppy, but it's good. So Josh is like, yeah, he is at Kohl's. He's shopping at Kohl's. Josh is obviously, I don't even know what you are, regional director or whatever at Kohl's. So that's funny. Awesome. But thank you for sharing, David. That is amazing. So I was at the exact same meeting, met 3 people I'd never met before, and all 3 are like, I met like 7, 8, 9 people. So literally talked to a bunch of people. 3 of them are like, yeah, sign me up. I mean, pretty much, they're like, how do I get this patch? So one of the guys is the director for the local new soccer team that's going professional, and he goes, how come I don't know about this? I said, well, I've talked to the guy who's the head of marketing there, and he goes, he said he didn't tell me anything. I said, no, I've been trying to get together. He said, let's get a meeting of all of us together because he thinks that he can use it for the soccer team as well, which would be huge. Now again, you never know. I don't know. Another guy basically has been in business for many, many years, and he's like, I got to back this and that. He said, do you think it'll help with me? I said, yeah. I said, plus we got international business. He goes, so there's a business behind this? I said, absolutely. Let's set up a one-to-one. Let's talk, and we can get you the product. So those are all things. Like I said, it's just meeting people, getting cards, talking to people, and that's what it is. And I always tell people, if you go, you grow. It's the same thing with the meetings that we do. When you tie to these meetings, when you go, you grow. Because the people that are not in this meeting, they're not going to hear what Margie talked about, what Joyce talked about, what David talked about. All these things, help. Basically, these little tidbits and little things help. So again, that's one of the best things that we talk about. So the biggest thing we want to talk about though is really what we're doing from a team standpoint, and really the most important part is what is the schedule, and so everybody knows what the schedule is. And so I'm going to share this real quick. So one thing and we have this set up specifically for new brand partners, but I'm going to skip through this very quickly because I'm looking for a specific. There we go. So the very first thing as far as what we're using is, once again, this basically launch plan, so to say, or basically how we're doing it, how we're getting people started. It's basically a 21-day launch. So what we're doing is basically we have a plan to work with people to help people get moving forward, and then we basically get them started on a 21-day launch. So Men and I just did this. We literally completed it like a week and a half ago. So there's videos that we can play, explain more about this, but all this is on the system now, where Andy Hosier talks about the 21-day fast start. So that's the one thing that we want to talk about. So when you have a purpose and a reason, you basically have a goal sheet of what you're trying to accomplish, and you put basically a deadline on your goals. That's what things start happening. So the part for us when we have people get started, you want to help people get set up on the communication thread. So once they get started, you want to go to the link for believersforlife.com. In there, now you can subscribe to the basically messaging that's going out. You also can sign up and join the training platform called School. So you sign up for the communication texting and the School platforms, because we've had people they're signed up and they don't even know that we have School. They need to be a part of these different things, but you as their mentor need to coach them and teach them how to take advantage of this. Again, if you're part of Josh's team, they got the We Believe site, so We Believe team. So once again, utilize his communication and not this one here. So
And
that's
Steve and Gina have, this is a team
Yes.
school as well. So,
Yep.
so you know what, the reason, all of the people on this call tonight, kudos to you for jumping on, but we should have a lot more people. And
Yeah.
and either they don't know the schedule,
Yep.
or it's because the text went out too late. Okay.
Yep. And it's my mistake.
But every single one of you that are team leaders on here, and you know who you are, you should be reaching out to your team and making sure that they get on here.
Yep.
Because we reach out to the people that are personally sponsored by us, and then it's your responsibility. We want to help you to grow your team, but it's also your responsibility to take a leadership role and to take control of your business. So you should be on the phone, telling the people that are part of your team, hey, don't forget tonight we have a meeting, 7:00 Eastern Standard Time, be on. Because those that are engaged, we are seeing them growing rapidly.
Yep.
We have a lot of our European people who are not on. We're starting people in France. We're starting people in Bali. I mean, they on a different time zone.
Yep.
The thing is, they are calling us every single day because they're hungry. So my question to you is, how hungry are you as leaders? You know, I'm talking to those that have a team already happening. How hungry are you? Because if you're hungry, you're going to want to grow your team. And then the people on your team are going to see your excitement and they're going to get hungry and they're going to go out there and find more people.
Yep.
So this meeting should be full of the people on your team. And it does start with us,
Yep.
you know, I mean, responsibility.
He
sends a text out, but hey, you know what? Busy at networking meetings, whatever. But I'm going to say right now, text someone that should be here on this meeting that isn't here. Text them right now and tell them they're missing out. Because you know what? Even though they can go watch the recording, it's
Most people don't.
different being live in community, and it's the same with the events. So talking about the 26th of October, okay, so we have the corporate event. A lot of you are going to be going in person, and it's going to be exciting, lots of great things that we're going to hear from corporate, a lot of recognition and all of that, and a lot of people are excited about Elton John and the red carpet event, which is going to be amazing. But we are most excited about learning the secrets from multi-millionaires. And guess what? They're not charging a cent.
Yep.
So I'm going to say 26th of October,
Yep.
whatever time zone you're in, you make sure that you're on or you sign into live YouTube. You do not want to miss out on a thing. And stay connected. Make notes. Write those notes, go back on the notes, because you are going to hear what multi-millionaires in this business are doing to get success. If you're not there virtually, I mean, through YouTube or in person, you are missing out.
Yeah, this is critical. So the 1 million stars, it's like I said, Steve and Gina did this last year. They had Lily, it's like each person had like 10 to 15, maybe 20 minutes maximum to share something they're teaching on certain subjects. It will be power packed, and your hand's gonna cramp up by taking notes. And so the part that we always explain to people all the time is that those are the best promoters have the biggest businesses. So your job as a leader is, once again, to promote this event. Make sure that everybody's watching and they're intentional. They're just not just kind of listening in. Like I said, and I use the example. I watched a video this past week from a guy who's a a very, very successful business coach and mentor and leader. And he basically talked about the idea of when you look at a coaching and stuff like that, he charges like $10,000 for his coaching. Now he said, imagine you just stroke me a check for $10,000, or you give me a credit card and just charge your credit card $10,000, and now I'm teaching you something. Are you going to pay attention to what I'm talking about? Again, this is free, so some people treat it like it's free. Same thing with like these meetings. They're like, oh, okay, I'll just we'll just kind of listen in as I'm doing whatever, and they're missing 90% of it. And so with these things, you got to be intentional, especially if you like in person. We're like front row, laser beam focused. We're front row center people, so we'll be sitting front row center. And literally, the people that are watching it online, they need to act like they are. You need to be intentional. You need to be sitting there taking notes, everything else. So basically, you look at the time frame on this. This is free. Steve and Gina could literally charge thousands of dollars for people to attend this, but they're not. It's completely free. But the people that are wise and understand how powerful this is are going to get everyone on their team between even now. If they sign up someone today, tomorrow, they go, what's the next step? You need to, first of all, clear your calendar for the 26th, whatever you got going. Yes, it's a Sunday, but again, trust me on this. Well, is it being recorded? No. For you, you got to watch it live. So it's because I hate to say it because everybody will kind of opt out. Oh, I'll just watch it later when I get a chance. How many people do that? A small percentage, right? So the reason we're a little passionate about this is because we know if you go, you grow, and the leadership principles and things that they teach us, we're 3 years into it, we're still learning. I always tell people, if you're brand new, you want to be taking notes, you want to attend everything you possibly can. We're 3 years into it, we're taking notes and attending everything we can.
And we're still getting on all the Zooms.
Yes.
On all the Zooms.
Like if you didn't see Steve and Gina's meeting last night, you missed out on 3 phenomenal testimonies and some fire. I mean, literally amazing teaching, from them, which is pretty awesome. So, but go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. So the other thing is, I also wanted to talk about All In because that is the next major convention. That is going to be mostly virtual. So get your virtual tickets. Make sure you get them now because they're probably going to sell out. They're expecting probably 10,000 together with the people in person and virtually around the world. Last year, they had the same kind of event. It was also at Eric Worre Studio and it was top notch and it's going to be even better this year.
Yep.
Even better this year. We have David Schmidt, Meredith Burkage, Janine Weber, all the corporate coming, plus all the elites and senior presidential directors that are teaching, that are making millions and millions of dollars in this business. Not because they're anything big, but because, you know what, they're putting the effort in, they're putting the work in, and they're praying for leaders of leaders to come on board and to join their team. And that's another thing I wanted to share. We just got a request from someone else on our team. She's asking for tickets to get to Anaheim. So people are still looking to get to Anaheim. Okay. So it's never too late. If you're saying, you know what, I'm not going, but I think I'd like to go. There are still tickets available. I see a lot of people, they purchased a bunch of tickets and now they're trying to, get them purchased because for whatever reason, they got a wife that's had surgery or whatever. Just ask us. If you're still feeling you need to get there, you can get there. It's not too late. All In, I believe the in-person is sold out, but virtual is not. So get those tickets and invite the newest person on your team because you don't know. They may be that leader of leader that is going to explode your business and get super excited. Spanish, we're seeing a lot of our Spanish people. We've got a new guy. Jesus has joined our team. Jesus has joined our team, and he is fired up and signing.
Has been a part of other networking business in the past, and is going to.
And he doesn't speak English, so they are tying in with all the Spanish-speaking meetings. So,
8 o'clock every evening.
So there is something for everyone on your team. Don't think, you know what, I speak English. They don't. How am I going to help them? They will get the help.
Yep.
Make
Absolutely.
sure they get even the other day I had a girl in South Africa. She speaks Afrikaans. Her English is not that great. They asked me for Afrikaans. I've never done a Zoom in Afrikaans. And I actually asked around. We have trainings in that language.
Yeah.
And the website can be translated to that. So Steve and Gina have thought of absolutely everything. Why? Because they want you to win. So All the tools are there. We have everything. No one is left behind
Yep. And I asked Josh.
because
Yep.
we're going to be 1 million strong.
Amen. And I asked Josh, he's on here right now. He doesn't normally tie into these meetings, but Josh is a presidential, soon to be, very, very soon to be senior presidential director. And I asked him if he'd be willing to share just a couple minutes about the importance of these, in-person, online meetings, everything else, because he's obviously building a massive team. So Josh, would you mind sharing kind of the importance that you've seen with the system and also the meetings that Steve and Gina have put together?
Yeah. So, I think the first thing you told me about building this business, you're like, get to the flip and function. I'm like, all right. So we did that, and I've told this story before. Where at the first one, it was just me and then another couple, right? And then all I kept thinking is, man, I wish I had more people at this thing. And then the next one that came up in Orlando, we had like 20, 30 people that showed up to that thing. And there's so much training that the more people that you bring, the bigger your business blows up right afterwards. And then we went to Vegas, kind of the same thing. And then this last one in Orlando, we had, I think 80 some people showed up to that thing and 150 people overall online and all that. And it's just taken off. And so I think when I think of functions, I'm thinking not just these functions that are going on, the thing in Vegas, but these things, these Zooms to plug into these things, to this, whatever they have on Saturdays. Those are the functions. Those the big functions matter the most. That's the biggest part of it. But you got to plug in. You can't unplug. As soon as you unplug, the electricity through your body stops as soon as you unplug from the outlet. So got to plug in and stay plugged in, and encourage your team to do the same thing.
Absolutely. And so he's one of the people that's on our team that gets it. He understands that he does his own trainings, he does his own meetings, everything else. He's like, I want to build big teams. And he's doing in-person meetings every single week. So Josh, you're doing awesome. Appreciate you sharing that, because that is something that I think I'm interrupting their dinner. Sorry about that.
No, it's good.
So, I appreciate that. So, but again, he's not always on here, but you understand that as the numbers start increasing, the numbers start growing. And so I got a slide here that I got to share, because it's just huge when you understand how big this really is. And because really what it comes down to is that you say, what numbers do I want to be at? Whoops, there we go. I'm not used to using this thing here. So what numbers you want to be at? So the attendees, once again, these are numbers, and it's been validated by a lot of the big leaders that talk about doing this. So if you want to make an extra $250 a week, basically you want to have 3 people in attendance. You want to make $500 a week, having 6, 750, 12. Some people say, how do I make $25,000 a week? You need to have 300 people attending these functions. Now, how important is it? Now, we can't have 300 people. You might not have 300 people in person. We're going to have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. I mean, we had almost 300 people tied in between Josh's team, our team, to basically the last meeting that was there. And the people that went are growing. Those are the people that are growing the business. So if you say, hey, I would like to make an extra $1,500 a week that, basically max out that manager plan, you need to have at least 24 people there.
And equal.
Yes.
12 on one. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly equal.
Yeah, but you want right and left legs.
Steve teaches a balanced business. So like at least 12 on the one leg and 12 on the other leg.
Yeah. So this is critical. So what do you think our number is always going to be? 300 plus, right? Because what do we want to do? We want to maximize the compensation plan plus, right? So people that are like Danny and Dinah McDaniel, people like Andy Mandy Hosier, people like Steve and Gina Mayer, they're all elite SPDs. They got huge businesses. Scott and Randy Brennan said, no, these numbers are accurate. People that are Mike and Sayer and Anda said, no, this is exactly what it is. So our expectation is, once again, what are we going to do? We're going to have 300 plus people tied into each of these different meetings. Why? Because this is where we want to be, right? Does it happen the next day? No, but people that, once again, you think about, what's her name? Oh my gosh. Gal, Texas. Penny, Penny Carpenter, she actually had all these people that were at the next level event. What do you think happened? She went from SPD to elite SPD. Because the belief of everybody goes up. The belief is in incremental portions too, meaning that if you think about from a business standpoint, you get huge belief at these functions, but you need things on a weekly basis and a monthly basis to basically help you can maintain that belief, and that's what this does. So we believe in a massive way. That's the reason Josh has his team, We Believe team, because that's what it is. That they believe in a huge way. So the biggest parts of this also that I also tell the people too is knowing the actual plugging in the team and staying close to the fire. So we have brand partners only Zoom calls. Monday, we do the new brand partner training. So this is being fine-tuned to the point where people know exactly what to do, how to do it. So if you have someone brand new, what do? You got to tie into Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Why? Because they're going to plug into what they learn, what to do, how to do it. And this is all kind of part of that slide deck that they're going to learn the system. They're going to learn about this is a team. They're going to learn about this is an info. They're going to learn about, once again, kind of the mindset, the attitude, everything else. And then Tuesday, we got the team call. That's like right now. And then tomorrow, we have the leadership call. So the leadership call we're doing right now, we're doing the book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Success by John Maxwell. No, leadership, sorry. Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell. So again, those are critical. And then the 1 p.m. team training. And then, of course, you got presentations that are going on all throughout the whole week. Like I said, Spanish now is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, they got Spanish meetings every single day now because the Spanish team is blowing up. So, habla español? Anybody know anybody who speaks Spanish? Tie them into that. So you want to know these things because this is what we're doing every single week. Basically tie your team into the new brand partner training. And even if you say, well, I'm not new, tie into it anyway. We're teaching this and you need to know this because you want to teach people. And the best thing to do is put your new brand partners on there and be on there as well. And watch them get lit up like a Christmas tree, which is pretty cool. Getting them on the team calls and leadership calls. So anyway, I'm not going to belabor this anymore because I want to share a couple other things that we want to talk about. Make sure I got this all here. That is not what I was looking for. I did not go through all this. Gosh, I wish I could find, sorry. There we go. Okay, so one of the things that we talk about all the time, people say, well, what are some keywords that you talk to people about? The one thing that we've been using more than anything, how do I present this again? There we go. Is basically some this is not what I was looking for.
Can we talk about this? Though?
Yeah, we can, yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So why we can be so successful in this industry. Okay. We have a proprietary patented product. Nobody else has what we have. Okay. It's highly consumable because everybody needs it. Little or no competition. I mean, look at all these things that are for us in this opportunity.
Yeah.
Solid company performance, a proven duplicatable system. And I'm telling you, we have seen people who have tried to tweak the system, who've tried to do something a little bit different, put their flavor in, and they've gone off track. It's taken a little bit longer because now there's a detour, and then they get back on track and they start moving in the right direction. So I'm going to say, stick close, do what is duplicatable because you want the people on your team to duplicate what you are doing. If you're duplicating what the leaders are doing, they're going to be duplicating what the leaders are doing by default. So same thing is happening right throughout the team. Yes. Effective marketing tools. We have everything. We have the websites they've given to us. They put everything together. I mean, Steve and Gina are coming up with a new website. We're going to be doing promo videos for them. Free training,
It's a new app. Yeah.
Team training and support. Do you ever hear anybody charging you for the call? I mean, I've got some new matters that are coming to me, legal matters and things like that. And some of them I'm referring off. And my colleagues are asking me, so what is the hourly rate we should be charging? And because you're not going to call anybody who's got the information that you're needing or the help that you're needing, and they're not going to bill you for it. We get free team training here and support.
And what they call that again when you pay in advance? What they call that again in the legal field? So it's basically you take a retainer. So most people they're like, okay, I
you got to give me 20,000 retainer, and then I'll take your matter on.
Yeah,
and so we have to do that, unfortunately, because people think they're going to get free advice and then they're not going to pay in the end. Free team training and support, covered that one. Strong leadership culture.
This is huge.
We have the number one team in all of, we're part of the number one team in all of LifeWave. And LifeWave is the number one company in the network marketing space right now. So what does that mean to you? I mean, it's like being born into royalty, right? Participating with royalty. And honestly, strong leadership. If you follow the leaders, you're going to go in that direction. Minimal startup costs, I know it. I mean, to get involved in this business costs next to nothing. I mean, it is so it is so small, but don't treat it like that. See it as valuable and put every effort that you can into this. There's a lucrative pay structure. I tell everybody, someone asked me today, oh, is this like, and they gave me another. And I said, no, Not at all. If you look at this compensation plan, it is lucrative. It is amazing how much people can make, and right out of the gate, cutting edge innovation for the future, because David Schmidt is not stopping. I mean, when we got started, 130 patents, now over 200 patents, and he's still not stopping. So you know what? We've got there, win again and win more, because that's exactly what you can do.
Exactly.
If you choose to be engaged, and if you choose to value what you have in your hands. I always tell people, you know what? I see this as a talent that God put in my hand. And if I am not sharing it with you, then I have not done you justice.
Yep.
At least I can share, you can say yes or no. And God's not going to be holding me accountable. It's like sharing the gospel. I have to tell every single person. I don't want to compare the two, but it's a talent, you know. And in the Bible, God talks about the talents.
Yeah.
He talks about the 1. He talks about the 2. He talks about the 5. So if you're not going to do with your talents what God has put in your hand, He's going to take it and give it to someone else, because that's the parable. He then says, oh, you know, they're not being found faithful in the small. So how can I find faithful in the big thing? You know, and then I just want to say, you know, we got to show honor where honor is due. Mm-hmm. Stephen G. Merritt and the leaders, I mean, the way they pour out to us, you know, the time that they give. If you think about it, Steve has been through so many major surgeries, but they have not stopped once. They have not stopped once. They are available. They're out there. I mean, the Zoom schedule is there. Nothing's stopping. They're sending out emails. They're in touch. Everything. And oftentimes we have, you know, something happen, and what do? We MIA for 2 weeks. You know, that doesn't show true leadership. We are tied in with the best, and so we need to give honor where honor is due. And the way you do it is just go out there and massive action, payback.
Yeah. It's like we're talking about, it's attitude, activity, and accountability. And this is where the accountability comes in. This is what I want to talk about, because there's like I said, the stuff we've been teaching on this for several weeks. And again, we're going to continue teaching on this. Like right now we have 3 major things working for us, especially this week, obviously. So the very first thing that we have is, once again, the double points that are going on right now for this. This is huge. And first thing Josh sent me, he said, dude, this is huge. I'm like, yeah, I know. So they've never done this from a company standpoint. They're doubling the points specifically. You sign up a core, you get 4 points, advanced 8 points, premium 6 points. We got customers we've even signed up that basically we get a couple extra points for that. But all of this is helping people to get on the cruise. When there's a promotion like this, the first thing you've got to do is make sure you're qualified for that, put the mask on yourself, and then help other people do the same thing. So when we talk about this, once again, you got to be at least at 80 points in order to be invited. And again, if you're your husband and wife team, if you just at least get 80 points, at least you can pay for your spouse.
But you don't want to.
You don't want to do.
You want to get 125.
Yeah, exactly. But for people in reality, if you got 20 points right now, you need 60 points to get on the cruise. So how do you do that? You basically sign up like 4 premiums, right? And that's really what happens. So that's the key to all of this, is really looking at what can I do, about that. So I don't have the thing. I think I got rid of it. So anyway, so the power of the premiums, the power premium is huge. So the power premium basically is where, if you understand the cost savings, that is the best bang for the buck program out there, period. But if people are afraid to ask somebody for $1,750, thinking, oh, that seems like a lot of money. To who? Ask a traditional business owner how many hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars that they're spending. They're leveraging their house. They're leveraging everything they own. And now they work it like it's like crazy because they have to. The second thing is basically the 21-day fast start. You need to be, I'm just telling you this, you need to be implementing this for yourself and for your team. So we just got started again yesterday. I signed up someone yesterday. I got another person we're signing up tonight in just a little bit. So again, we're basically in the first 48 hours, you want to get 2 new people signed up. So once again, first 48 hours, get one on the left, one on the right. Then within that same week, sign up another left, another right. What this does, and we did this just, Mena did, I think 6 and I did 2. So again, but the difference on this, we got 8 new people sponsored in 3 weeks. How did we do that? We talked to a lot of people. We're very intentional. So maybe, Mena, you want to talk about, once again, your goals for the week. And once again, when you talk about, making sure that you hit your goal every, single day.
So I noticed the difference between being, when you are accountable to your own goals And when you set the goal and you kind of like, hey, you know, I didn't get it done today. Like tomorrow's another day. I'll just do more tomorrow. Believe you me, you know, that's not excellence. And I found that when I operate with excellence and I stick to what I have committed to for myself, I just feel so much better and I actually perform better. The results are better. I don't get wishy-washy about nothing because I've been there, I've done that. You know, I think we all can do that. But I made a commitment that this is my thing. I want to do a 4-day week. Okay, it doesn't mean that I don't work any other day. If people are calling me or people need help, I'm helping them. But my contacts and my follow-ups and my system work, I'm working within a 4-day week. And so I have increased my goal of people that I connect with on a daily basis. I've increased my follow-up goal and increased meetings and so on.
So what's your goal?
What?
Share what your goal is.
Mine is 7 to 10 people a day, okay, of brand new people, not people that I've spoken to before that, you know, not saying anything brand new because they have to be new names. And, you know, I just keep going every single day. I actually fix my schedule. So like my time for my business is already fixed the day before. I know that between that time and that time, I'm going to be doing what I need to do for my business. And if anybody wants a meeting with me, it's got to be outside of that time. I don't allow it to come and, you know, unless it's something urgent that has happened, because, you know, those things do happen. But I have found that since I've gotten committed with like intentionality, being so intentional, it really has increased the results. It has really increased the results. So I want to just say to you, you know what? I've been there where I've done like, oh, well, 3. I'll do my 3. Oh, I did 2 today. And you know what? Just tough. Tomorrow I'll do 4. I never got round to doing it. You know, I kid myself. So I made a decision. I want to get to the next level. And the only way I'm going to do that, I'm going to push myself. I'm going to do what is the hard thing. But you know what? When you in it, it's actually not that difficult. I find it takes really just probably an hour and a half to get connected, make those calls very short, do the follow-ups, make them short. Yes, you're going to have some longer meetings in between, schedule it outside of your schedule, but be committed to your own goal, to your own goal. And then commit to the team at large, commit to your why. And then commit to the why of those that you're helping to coach. Because when you help others get what they want, you will get what you want. And just keep going. Put your head down. You know, I love it when I can say, I've hit my goal and Friday's my day.
She's going shopping, she's doing this, she's doing that. So.
But even if I get calls, I'm not stopping. Even if I have someone who wants to see the video, I have someone who wants to do a Zoom, or I have someone who wants me to talk to someone, it's part of my business, you know, but I've done my work for my business in 4 days, and I feel like I can just enjoy the freedom of some additional time to do the me things, you know. So you don't all have to do a 4-day week. It's just my choice. But I just want to say that, you know,
I've heard that on a training.
We heard it on a training with Jay Atkins, but I've become more effective and work more efficiently because I actually fix my schedule for myself and my own business the day before, and I don't allow anything else to mess my time up, unless it's urgent. Yeah.
And so by doing that and being accountable, again, I'm not asking Amanda, did you get your 7? Did you get your 7 done? She does that to me, but I don't do that to her. No. So, but you think about that, you set a goal. So we've decided to do that because I said, I enjoy going to the beach. So I go to the beach on Wednesday mornings and I go on Friday mornings. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to do my early morning workout and I'm going to the beach. But then I've got another meeting at 10:30 for a Zoom that we're doing basically with a gal in France. So literally, I just got that set up today. So it's all these different, things you line up. But like today, I had several people I'd reached out to, several calls from people I'd followed up with, but then I met like 9 people tonight, talked to 9 different people, and three are like I'm very interested, right? And so just like David Libdan going out and meeting somebody, doing different things on a daily basis, but she's become very creative. Now she's going through her phone again. She's going through different lists, going through her Facebook contacts, doing the same thing. You know, I'm going through business cards of people that I've met. So all of us have not, I guarantee you, maybe you might be one of the first few people that I know have not gotten through their entire every single contact on their phone. Meaning, have you talked to every single person on the phone? You may have reached out to people, you may have texted people, but you haven't got a hold of them. Reach back out to them again. If you're on LinkedIn, reach out to your LinkedIn contacts. I've got thousands of LinkedIn contacts I haven't even contacted yet, right? So I got people on Facebook in different places. Go
But
ahead.
take the names off of the phone.
Yes.
And put them on a list.
Yep.
Because you're not going to, you're going to lose track. Write them down on a list and make notes. Make notes of what you did, make notes of where they're at, make notes of what you sent them, and then follow up. Put them on a follow-up
And then
list.
now I got a hot list I'm using. So basically, I'm not even filled it out yet. So I got people that I want to sign up like in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
So I'm reaching out to people, following up people. So I got a hot list of people doing that. So it's because you keep on your phone. You're like I messed up today. I had somebody I was supposed to reach out today. I didn't get a chance to reach out to them. So but overall, things that happen for a reason, but the biggest part to this is that if you're intentional, and that's the reason we're talking about this, attitude, activity, accountability. And so that 21-day action plan is about accountability, because what you're doing is you're making a commitment for the next 21 days to be committed to basically working with the people that you're working with, and basically saying, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure I fill this thing out. You're going to put the start date. So my start date now is yesterday. It ends basically November 3rd. So that's what we're working on. So again, we're doing this again. Why would we want to do this again? Because we want to not only prove it's being done, but it keeps us laser being focused, right?
Because this is the way you build a business.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Duplication, manager making machines. That's what it's all about. There's nothing different. If we keep doing the same thing, we're just getting greater results as we go. It's the law of compounding. That's what it is, doing the same thing over and over again in small increments. So 21 days at a time, The events, generally like 90 days out, these meetings every week, attending a meeting, maybe you don't want to attend every Zoom presentation, but choose that night that you will be attending and do that all the time. Obviously, for those of you who want to build a team, you want to be on the team trainings, we started at zero.
Yep.
We started at zero. We didn't come in big. We came in with no
We
one.
weren't bringing a team over. We weren't doing any of
And-
that. No.
And we just made a decision that we want to grow. And we want to be at the highest rank and above. And we did what it took, i.e., and we're doing what it takes, which means tie in to the Zooms. Tie in. And you know what? Just encourage your team, encourage them. You will be great. You will be thankful, because you know what? You'll see the growth. You'll see the growth.
Yep. And so the next thing that we took, the third thing here that we got going for us, that's right, it's the Power Premium. So again, you need to get this, go to This Is It Team, write this down, go to thisisiteam.com, go to downloads, find the Power Premium in the downloads and print this off. I recommend printing 10 of them off, because then you can share them with somebody when you sit down. But somebody goes, well, that seems like a lot of money. Let me tell you why this is why it's the one that it's the most popular package everybody gets. Because once again, when you start basically doing this, instead of paying $99.95, you're paying $87.50. That's a great price, basically almost half off the retail price. Second savings is you don't have to buy any product for the next 90 days. So you're covered for October, November, December. You don't have to buy anything until 2026. People are like, oh, right. And then you start saving here. So $663 in savings. And now you've got a bunch of sleeves that you can use to lend to people. And I basically talk about the place and replace. If you've got 2 sleeves because you're using one for yourself, or you got your wife and you got 1 sleeve left, you're almost, well, I don't want to give my 1 sleeve out. No, when you've got 20 of them, you're like, no big deal. And if I can't get back together with them for a week and a half, no big deal. I'm getting the sleeve back. So I did that today. We got a guy signed up today, basically, that he's got the sleeve. And so basically he's giving me the sleeve back. I got a guy signed up yesterday, a lawyer yesterday. He's got a sleeve. Next week, he's going to give his sleeve back. So when you look at the actual, process of this, it's very, very duplicatable. And the last thing is the number 3 thing. And I talked to this on Josh's team and also on our next level team that we did. Basically, these 3-way calls that we're doing, the supercharging of these calls is just phenomenal. I think of, you got a Hemi engine. If anybody knows Dodge Challengers, once again, you got the Hemi engine, but then what do? They put a supercharger on this already beefed up engine, and now it basically becomes a Hellcat, right? So it's an amazing thing that you can do. While we're utilizing Steve and Gina Merritt's video, a 15-minute video, like David lived on, he's using our 14-minute videos. Rob and Lisa are using Steve and Gina's, and you're also using ours. So whatever you see fitted for them, those are the ones we recommend. Ken's making one, Josh is making one for his team. So the reason why is because when you got Cheryl here that basically knows Bob over here, and she talks to Bob, she's now going to be able to say, hey, Bob, I want to talk to you. I need 30 minutes with you and your wife. We just came across the most amazing regenerative technology ever created in history. It's absolutely phenomenal. I got some time, 7 o'clock tonight or 8 o'clock tomorrow. What time's best for you? And they say, well, I said, I just need 30 minutes of your time. Say I don't have time to talk right now, but do you have time tonight, 7? Great. Is you and your wife going to be available? Is Barb going to be available? Yes, she is. Okay, great. Fantastic. Now when you get, I think his name is Bob and Barb, so get the B&B online, you're basically going to say, hey, I want to save us a little bit of time. We only got a half an hour. I got a 15-minute video I want to send to you. So I just texted you that video. Do you see it there? You see the video. I want you to click on the video. We're going to watch this together. I'm going to basically stay on the line. I'm not going to interrupt. I'm going to mute myself. I want you and Barb to watch this video. So hit play, and then basically let me know when you're done. And basically then I can answer some questions about what we're talking about, okay? Trust me on this. Check this out. Then they hit play. And then you go back, you go to washing dishes, and I'm just kidding. So you basically they're basically doing this. You mute your phone, but you've loaded ahead of time. You got Josh on the phone. In this case, it could be Ken, could be me, could be David, could be whoever, any of the leaders here, basically saying, hey, I've got a meeting at 7 o'clock. I want to call you at 7:12. Are you available at 7:12 to basically talk to this couple? Here's some information about Bob and Barb. He's a dentist. She's basically a school teacher, but she wants to quit her job, and his dental practice. He wants to really grow the business, and they're very interested in the technology. Will you be able to talk with them at 7:12 today when I give you a call? And Josh goes, of course I can. Great. So what does Josh do? He basically waits for the call. They call him at 7:12. He goes and says, hey, okay, Barb and Bob are actually watching the video right now. Now they're going to be done just a couple of minutes, and then basically just to reiterate, he's a dentist and she's basically a school teacher. She wants to quit her job and be able to stay home. So again, they're interested, obviously, from a business standpoint. Whatever it is, whatever the communication is, or just letting them know about it. So what is then what they brings on now? Basically, Cheryl says, hey, that was amazing video, wasn't it? Fantastic. And I hope you're as excited as I was when I saw the technology. It's absolutely fantastic. What I want to do is one of my mentors who actually I work with, I contacted him and I told him a lot about you, and he said he was available to talk for a couple of minutes to answer some questions. So I got Josh Holdaway. He's actually a regional director for Kohl's department stores. He's got like 14 different stores he oversees. Very, very busy. He doesn't have a whole lot of time, but he's super successful. He's the second highest rank in the company, about to be the highest rank in the company. So he knows a lot about the product. Go ahead. Sorry, what?
No, it's fine.
You should say tapping.
It's already
I know.
on this.
I know, but I'm reiterating it. So I'm just saying, so you need to watch the video. But again, by doing that, now Josh is going to get on there and basically she's going to edify Bob and Barb and she's going to edify Josh and then connect them. She mutes herself again, zip it. And now Josh is going to talk. This is huge, guys. It's another, like I said, another arrow in the quiver that you basically can pull out and do that. So that's the reason I mentioned this, so that they got a 95% success rate. I could play the videos, but I just want to let you know, we've been studying this and we're doing it. We got a call at 9 o'clock tonight for Rob and Lisa. We did a 9 o'clock call last night, right? So people are utilizing it. David and Amy are utilizing it. Other people are utilizing it. Once again, so you want to
Joyce
just did it. Yes,
tonight, so,
exactly.
yeah.
So anyway, so that's it. I want to make sure that because you want to get on a call in 1 minute with Steve and Gina. I get a little excited about this because this is something that we just learned basically 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, and we're implementing it and it's working. So do you want to finish up real quick?
Yeah. Just want to say thank you to everyone who came through and who joined us on the meeting. Hope that you learned something. And if you have any questions, please get back with us or whoever your team lead is to ask them, and just make sure that you're running for that cruise, and that you have your time set aside to jump on the meeting with Steve and Gina and all the leaders on the 26th of October, because you don't want to miss out.
Yeah, and we want to pray a blessing. We want to pray a blessing. So, man, if you want to do the prayer.
Yeah, so I'm going to pray quickly.
And then we're going to jump on Steve and Gina's meeting.
So, Lord, we thank you for every single person that attended this evening. Lord, we appreciate every single one of them, and those that have shared, those that are here to learn, Father God. Every single one of us learns together, Father, and together we are stronger, Father. We thank you for that. We thank you, Lord, for the opportunity. We thank you for the corporate leaders. We thank you for our team leaders. We thank you for our own team leaders, those that are part of our teams, Father God. And we pray for leaders of leaders to join our businesses, for all the contacts that we're making, Father, that you will work with those people, that they will be ready to move forward and excited to move forward, that you give us the wisdom, Lord, when we speak with them, and bless our families, Lord.
Yes.
Bless us physically with health, Lord, with mental health, spiritual health, Father, as well as financial blessing. So we thank you, Lord, for this, once again, for this time with these wonderful people, Lord. We pray a special blessing over them and their families. We ask this in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Awesome. Thank you guys for everyone sharing. Jump on Steve and Gina's meeting. Trust me, you're going to hear some amazing things tonight. So God bless you. We'll see you guys really soon. Once again, love the hearts. I don't know how you did the fireworks looking hard. That was awesome. Love you guys. Bless you. Have a good night. Thanks. Bye-bye.